Hello and welcome, this is Alchemist X, and this week in Tagatame, there is not a whole lot going on either in content or in banners, with one exception that is going to probably eat up the most time for this video, and Creto is largely the reason that that is the case. As you can see, he's soloing a map. I mostly just chose this map because I hadn't finished getting all the missions on it. I didn't know that. I was in dire need of Watatsumi country flags, and I was looking at the different maps you could get them, and I saw I never finished all the stars on this map, so I figured, you know what, let's see if he can solo it. Given the kit, the auto is a little bit too stupid to do it because he needs to apply a skill he has exactly 3 uses of in 3 specific points. So the auto didn't quite work out, but manually it was fine. I definitely like his kit quite a bit. Pretty much as long as evasion is viable, then he is great. And if he gets an alter class job soon, I have high hopes for it. Like, even if they went really lazy on the design for it and it was pretty much just a giant stat bump, that still would be great. Because adding a stat bump to a really solid kit, I could definitely go for that. And what I mean by solid kit, I mean he's got a preemptive counter, he's very, very dodgy, he's got CC built into his kits, so sometimes CC helps you survive. And then one of the things that he does is do disable heal, which can be incredibly helpful against enemies like these that regenerate a lot. And then he's also just a good combination of things for being a fire unit who also does slash, so he'll benefit from the entirety of Melville's kit. But I'll talk a little bit more about Creto and the banner that affects him later on, just to go over some of the other stuff that is currently available. So last call for Lisbeth, Link, and Logi Link for their banners. Tagapay is gone now, so the best time to pull has already happened, but with the addition of a discount ticket, if you were really, really close, that might be able to get you over that hedge and get to 20 pulls and guarantee the unit if you don't get lucky and get them before that. Other than that, it's mostly just the usual kind of meh banners, like vouchers. The longer I've played the game, the less I've liked voucher banners. It's not that they're terrible, and they can still be really good as a discount burner. I just don't like the restriction of not being able to get dragons or Link versions on them, and then just everything that you can get with the vouchers, like in the long run it won't matter. So if you're spending 500 gems and you're getting a set of like all 5-star maybe area of attack runes, that's not bad. You know, that's just kind of a quick short-term gain, and in the long run you'll be better off just farming that stuff out. Yeah, it's really hard for me to recommend anything other than a burner in those cases. And then the other stuff is like the usual Enlightenment Shard RNG kind of thing. So the White Day Selection Memento banner is the only one I think is really interesting that could potentially help some people out if they are missing Creto's Memento especially. But next up, I'll show a graphic that's kind of how I've sorted the different options that you can get from it, and I will talk about why I think that way. Okay, so this is the table I put together. So the banner itself, just choose one of these on step 5, and then they are the featured pool. Very similar to the Phantom of the Kill one that I did in the recent past. So the way that I'm looking at this is like, I'm assuming that whoever is going to do this banner is going to do it because Creto is just such a rock solid unit, and RNG hasn't been good to you, so you haven't been able to get this memento, and you want it enough that you're willing to spend a little bit of gems to get it, but not a huge amount. It's either going to be 10.5k or 8.5k depending on whether or not next reset has a discount ticket. Either way, I would wait until next reset to do it. But really, it's the row of units in the solid additional pickups that can really tip the scales here, right? Because if you're only interested in Creto and nothing else, then if he alone is worth it to you, then great, that speaks for itself. But if you're trying to decide, I would weight it on the units that you already have raised but are missing their mementos. Like, for example, if you have Kuza all set except for this memento, then that's going to elevate its value, or any of the normal pool units, just because you could change your mind and decide to raise them fairly quickly. Just start farming them and you're good to go. You'll probably end up with their normal pool mementos just from playing the game. So they are very, very easy pickup. Moa especially, that memento for any glove using character like Rakshasa types, they can benefit from that VCR. And then in Reime's case, he just specifically has synergy with Creto. So even though his kit is a little on the old side, there's ways to buff him up with units like Melville and a good leader skill like the one that Creto's memento has. In the case of Minario, if you happen to have a ton of shards of him and like the game just keeps giving you more and more Minarios, then yeah, getting his second memento would definitely be a plus side. For most people, I don't think that's relatable though, because he just is so scarce. It's hard to get his shards, and there's just too much competition for other units that their shards are hard to get. The soul port only has 5 spots, and so it's hard to justify really like going after him when there's just, you know, such limited resources. And kind of the same thing with Kevin, even though he's a normal pool unit. I just think that his job plus is a little bit too old, and it's stuck in the era when Telekinetic Artist was designed to do a specific thing that I think it was very, very strong for a very, very short time, like when Uzuma first dropped long, long ago. And then eventually the game just outgrew that kind of kit, just because not only do the boost that Telekinetic Artists get seem kind of modest by today's power creep standards, but then it goes away after 3 turns. And so that's not a very good thing. He can be a good magnet for runes with really good stats that you just happen to get from the M defense category. If you don't have Shahil and you need somebody to give M defense things to besides Uzuma, then he can do that. He can interrupt casting, which is always good. But overall, I think that it's hard to justify putting him in a team slot that wouldn't be better used by someone else. But if you are a big Kevin fan, he does have a job plus, so he could be a potential candidate for an alter class. I don't know how much of a hurry the devs are in to do that, though. So yeah, that is all I've got for this week. I am definitely hyped for a Creto alter class job. I just got all 7 of his gates maxed today, and so I am definitely ready. I happened to get the memento a while back, but for anybody who hasn't gotten it yet that would like to, now is the time. And I wish you good luck, and I'll see you all next time.